Hey, how's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. Yeah, so now it's time for my weekly haul of all the crazy things that I get in. I actually really like doing this, so I get excited like going through the week and picking out some of the better ones. Not necessarily like most valuable, but ones I think are cool or interesting, or I haven't showcased before. So yeah, being in the business for almost 15 years and a collector before that, it's crazy that I still get excited to like oh wow, I just got, this book or that book, or ooh, I really like this cover. I like seeing it. And being a dealer, it's kind of like you have to leave that mindset of being a collector before it's like, oh yeah, I got this, it's mine. Now it's like, oh, I got this, it's mine. Now I have to find another home for it, instantly. So yeah, I hope that you guys really enjoy this kind of stuff too. If you do, subscribe down below, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. It really helps me out. So yeah, let's get started. First one I got up here is a Fantastic Four #5. Yeah, so this is first Doctor Doom. Yeah, so this is a great book. Like it's just getting more and more popular, especially since like they're having the MCU come out with a Fantastic Four, and hopefully it'll be good. I actually didn't mind with not there was the first one technically was that one that was by Robert Corman. It was like a B movie that never saw the light of day. But if you went to Comic Con back in the day, there'd be people that would have bootleg copies. So we watched it. I actually have the original movie poster for that movie that never got made. I think it was in 94, 95, somewhere in there. I can't remember. But the first one with Captain America, Chris Evans is the Human Torch. I actually didn't mind that one that much. But anyways, so this book is just skyrocketing right now. And also as a long-term investment, I would pick it up too because it's not going anywhere. It's Doctor Doom. So yeah, this book, if you can get either a low grade or a decent grade copy, get it. You won't be disappointed. Hold on to it. It'll continue to go up. All right. I got a few different ones here. These are some Spawn issues. The first Gunslinger, and then just a #1. Yeah, so the #1's kind of cool because it has, you see it right here, but it has like a newsstand. So it's a newsstand variant, which is, these are a little harder to come by. But, this Gunslinger has just been, what's the number is it? 174. I think there's the one before, was it 173 or 175? And then there's also the cameo of, 119. I don't know. I like the art on the Gunslinger personally. I think it's really cool. I like that kind of like, he's kind of creepily weird, skinny, gangly kind of thing. Um, so this book's been like going up in value. So I've been slowly buying them whenever I can and get a chance. And so yeah, this one's cool. Next, Spider-Man 129. First Punisher. Now, I think I've probably showcased this book before, but it's crazy how much these have this gone sky high. And I remember back in the day when I first started, I would try to get one of these and I wouldn't pay, if it was a decent copy, I'd pay like 150 for it. I remember that. And then it would just go, and then they just kept on going higher and higher. It's just crazy to think like at one point, I would pay 150 for these, and now it's like you get like a low grade copy, and you're almost in the thousands. So yeah, it just keeps on going up. I'm always amazed because every time one comes up, I'm like, oh, this is a decent deal. I'm like, oh, it seems really expensive. Next thing I know, that it's like I'll check and look into it, and then it's even, it's like what I thought was expensive is now the low end. So yeah. Sorry, my dog is trying to sit. No, Frankie. No. All right. Next, we got an old golden age, Kid Comics, #3. And this is kind of cool because it has like the old torture stuff on it. where they're torturing Bucky, and they actually made fun of it in I think it was the first Captain America movie, where he's not strapped on a table and all that kind of stuff. No, Frankie. And here, you want to meet my dog? You meet my dog. This is one of my dogs. This is Frankie. Say hello. Okay. But anyways, so these old golden age like timely comics are really good to have. They're just more not as made as much as like the DC. Timely was a big one, big publisher back then, and so it's having these old golden age timely are pretty good investment, especially like you get torture stuff. It's also they'd also they're pretty racist back then, so this was a war cover, so they drew in this one it's the Japanese, and they drew them all pretty like not not PC today. So yeah. Next I got is Batman 171. Yeah, so this is the first Silver Age appearance. It's a pretty high grade copy actually. Probably like I think 7.75. I think is what I graded it. So this is the first Silver Age appearance of the Riddler, and as you know, the Riddler is going to be a villain in the new Batman movie. So it's pretty. It's been going really, really sky high, and I definitely would pick up this copy as a long-term investment. I mean, it's going to go up and then it's going to come back down, but it's always going to have a slight incline because it's a key. But yeah. Now this one I decided to showcase because not all books are on the upward trend. So here we got Spider-Man 86. And the cool thing about this is it's, a reintroduction of Black Widow. And like originally she was a villain and then later turned into what she is now, a hero. And with the movie was coming out, this book was getting hotter and hotter. And then, since the movie didn't come out and now it's not coming out for later, it started dropping. The demand went down. It's not really going down in value. It's just like it was going up and now it's kind of flatlined, maybe a little down, a little up. I think with the movie gonna actually come out here in, I don't know, 6 months or something, whenever it comes out, I think it will still go up a little bit. But this is the type of book where, like, I don't really buy that. I used to buy a ton of these. I don't really buy them anymore. Like I'm gonna I barely get these anymore, and I'm just gonna turn it around and sell it because there's still money to be made. But if you buy one now at like top dollar, and you hold it for like a year, say you want to sell it in a year, you're not gonna get your money back because if the movie comes out in like 6 months or something like that, it's gonna drop. And if you have like a really good copy, it's worth a lot of money. It's just going to either sit or you're going to have to take a loss on it. Eventually, this will go back up. Eventually. But if you had to sell it in, like, say, the short term, like buy it now and sell it in a year, I would avoid doing that. This one, this one was interesting. I would get these copies a lot, and then I stopped buying them. Ultimate Fallout 4. I stopped buying them because I felt like they kind of reached their peak almost. So I'd pick up a bunch of these copies and then I like sold them all and they sell real quick. And I was like, okay, I feel like, because it's like being a dealer, you kind of have to do timing too. Like multiple times I'll buy a book at peak and then I'll sit and sit and sit. And then a year will go by and, all of a sudden it's worth half as much as it was before. And it's just like, okay, technically I lost money. So this book, I thought, okay, I feel like it's the peak. And then like it keeps on going up and up and up. It's not like really flatlining nothing. So I was like, okay, I'll start buying them again. So yeah, I still think this one has more room to go. Amazing Spider-Man 238. So this is the first Hobgoblin. It was actually the first next Goblin after Green Goblin. Now there's Demogoblin, there's Red Goblin. I'm sure there's so many goblins now. But This was a pretty big hit when it first came out because someone was excited to see a brand new Goblin. But this book has just been keep on going up. So I've been slowly buying more, buying more. I'm not really sure if he's gonna be in a movie or what. I think people are speculating on the fact he's gonna. But regardless, I used to have a 9.9 of this. This is crazy. Like I'll see a book and I'll remember like, oh man, I had a 9.9 of that, or I had a 9.9 of Spider-Man 300, and we sold it, and it's like, man, if I could have had that now. But it's just one of those things. Um, but yeah, so this is a good book. This book I've been trying to buy up. Usagi Yojimbo. I don't know. I'm probably butchering that name. Uh, if you can get it at Albedo #2, that's his first appearance, which those are super hard to come back. I think they only made 5,000. Who knows how many actually exist now? But they're coming out with a Netflix show. I'm assuming it's going to be animated. That would be weird. I mean, I guess it could be a CGI rabbit or a guy in a suit, but I think it's going to be animated. Stan Sakai is actually the artist, and I actually met him with Kevin Eastman at Kevin Eastman's studio down here in San Diego. So that's kind of cool. I used to have some original art by him, not no more. But yeah, this is a book I think is going to climb in value. So if you can get your hands on it. This book is X-Men #9. And like it's interesting because this book I get a lot of these, but they always have this one major flaw. Kind of like the Hulk 181 that has the coupon cut out, the little stamp. This one has a pinup page, and a lot of old Marvels had pinup pages in the back, like a picture of Spider-Man or Cyclops or whoever, right? But this one, for some reason, people love taking out the pinup page. I'm not even sure who the pinup page is, but let me see. Look at that. Let's see. Oh, oops. I don't know if you can see right here. Try to hold it up. It's Jean Grey. Apparently, a lot of people love cutting her out and putting them on her wall or something like that. But that one, this book in particular is always missing his pinup page. So I'll get him in. I'm like, ooh, this is a nice copy. And I look up, missing a page. And if it's incomplete like that, missing a page or cut out or something like that, it's usually, depending on the book, I would say it's safe to say it's about half value. So if a book's like 800, you can probably get 400 for it. And they sit longer, they're harder to sell. But somewhere around there, that's usually how I grade them or like price them. But this is, I hope that they do, X-Men versus the Avengers movie. I hope. This one, this one is really weird. I have my little note on it. So this one right here is the normal newsstand variant. So if it didn't have this little newsstand UPC code, that one is more common. So this is actually the more uncommon version. They're not incredibly hard to find. I have multiple of these, but they're more rare than the non-newsstand version. This one I've never seen before. So this one is, you look at it and you're like, oh, okay. It's just the same one, but not the newsstand version. Now, you probably can't tell in the picture, but the quality of this image is terrible. Like it looks like it was printed. Like someone had a printer and just copied it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's fake, right? But then I looked inside of it. So not only, if you look up here, right? You look up here, it says nothing, right? It says blank. Nothing up there. Nothing in the corner. But then you look up at this one, and it says, where is it? It says #1 right there. I don't know if you can see. It says #1. I was like, okay, that's weird. And then you open it up, And it's kind of like, I thought like, oh, someone glued it because it kind of feels glued, like it doesn't have a staple. And then I looked at the back. The back is different, right? And it has these Star Wars packs. And then if you open the front, right? See how it's all brown? Basically, you probably can't read it. But it says this is part of like a Star Wars pack of comics. And I'm like, what? That's weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you look in the inside of this one, I think it's like black. So the other one was brown. And this one, it feels different. It feels like real comic. Yeah, this one's black. And it says, the Empire, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so I was like, I don't know. It's just some weird variant of it that is with some pack. Like, comes in some Star Wars packs. So I don't know how rare it is. I've never seen one. Granted, I haven't like been researching and looking for this one particular, but yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'm kind of interested in it. I like weird things like that. So, then we got this one, Swamp Thing 37. Yeah. First Constantine. This is getting more popular because, well, he had a show. Keanu Reeves actually played him in a movie. But I actually like that movie. It was an old DC movie. And I think he's going to be in, I think they're trying to make a Justice League Dark movie. They have been trying to make a Justice League Dark movie for ever. So, I mean, Guillermo del Toro, the one that did the Hellboy movies and a bunch of other stuff, he tried to do a script a long, long time ago. It didn't really work out. I don't know. So who knows if they're ever going to do it, but it's still climbing. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a haul unless, I got my Turtles. I just got a couple Raphaels and Turtle Adventures. Nothing spectacular. Also got this book. It's like an old comics journal. Like, it basically talks about the comics that are coming out. But yeah, if you, comment below if you liked any of the comics, and I'll do a market analysis on, one of them or something like that. I have a few that are coming. But yeah, comment below on something that you got this week. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular or anything like that. Just something maybe you liked. Yeah, thanks.